right, couple more things. I think we're good. Guys, we are just finishing up the last minute items for Vivid Conference. Pretty excited. And, I'm just going to talk hubs here for a minute. I'm glad you're at your hub. I wish I was there with you in person, but I'm so excited that we get to share conference together tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Hey, how good was the message on Sunday from Pastor Kobe? I love that message about generosity. And it's got me thinking more and more about my favorite generosity verse in the entire Bible. It comes out of the book of 1 Chronicles. If you have a Bible with you, you could go there. 1 Chronicles chapter 29. King David has just given this exaggerated, over-the-top, overflowing gift of generosity for the temple that he's building, that his son Solomon is going to construct. And after giving extravagantly, it says the whole nation is full of joy because they see this incredible act of generosity. But David's response is not self-praise. David's response is not to do a parade or do a victory lap about how generous he was. Instead, his response is this: 1 Chronicles chapter 29 and 14. He says, God, who am I and who are my people that we should be able to give as generously as this? Everything comes from you, and we have given you only what comes from your hand. I love that picture of generosity, that everything we have, it comes from God, and we're only returning to him. If you weren't there on Sunday, I want to challenge you, go back and listen to that message. Let's apply it to our lives to be the type of people who are growing in that grace of giving. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. I just want to talk about conference, okay? Because it's coming. It's just on the cusp. We have 4 sessions happening: Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday evening, Sunday morning, live from Toronto. And every one of them is unique and significant, and they really build session on session. I've had the opportunity to listen to the messages, to listen to some of the worship, and I'm telling you, it is game-changing. I keep saying that I think all conference is just game-changing because I really do think it's going to impact the entire life of our church going forward. So be there. Let's be engaged. And I want us tonight as a hub to really do 3 things. First of all, to look to the past. Now, within your group, probably somebody has been to a conference before or been to a larger gathering like this before, maybe a camp when they grew up, maybe one of our team retreats, maybe a Vivid Conference. I want, if you would, to consider for a moment past and to share a testimony of what God has done in your life at a conference. I remember years ago sitting and planning an event like this, and there was kind of like that exhaustion that comes in the midst of planning. And someone said, why do we do this again? Why is it that we're putting all this effort and all this work and the hours? I was actually at the office till about 4 a.m. last night, and that was not the first night in this string of nights as we've prepared. Sam has been working, the whole creative team's been working. There's people actually in the office right now getting things done. It's a lot of effort. I remember years ago somebody asking, why is it that we do all this work? And I simply posed the question. I said, well, in this circle of people, how many people have had God do something impacting and significant in their life at a conference or a camp or a larger event? And 80% of the room had a personal life-changing story of what God had done in their life. They came to Christ, they got called to ministry, they had a breakthrough, they were healed, they were, some significant interaction with God. And I said, that is why we do this. Something great is going to happen at conference. But why don't we share of some of the faithfulness and the promises of God already that have taken place in our life? You know, it's funny, I'm looking at this. I don't know how my tilt is, anything, but it's conference week. We're just together. This is just fun. So we're looking past it. Number 2, I want us to think about the present for a moment. The present. Here's what I need you to do as we prepare for conference in the present, is I need you to help us to become our advertising and marketing department. The greatest advertising is not Instagram posts, and it's not any sort of that preparation. It's personal invitations. So I want to encourage you, invite some people. In fact, tonight, when your hub is done, invite some people. And here's what we could do to make this more impacting together. I want you to share a list of names with your hub members that you plan to invite to join us at Vivid Conference, and then pray for those people. Pray that it would be effective, and then go invite them. Okay, as a group, we're going to pray. I wonder how many names could get on that list in your hub. Can we get it to 10? Can we get it to 20, 30, 40? How many names could you list in your hub and say, these are people I'm going to personally invite? Don't just share it on social. Share it on social, but don't just share it on social. Make it personal. invite somebody. If you're able and you're in a place where you can have someone in your home, invite them. If you can watch outside and do it in a social distance way, all those things, do that. If not, jump on Zoom with someone, do something, but be engaged in our advertising and marketing department. Bring some people out. Let's be bringers and prayerfully include as many people as we can. And then thirdly, last thing I want us to do as a hub tonight is to think futuristically for a moment. It's Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days, we're going to be on the other side of conference. And I want us to in faith, consider right now, what's something that you're expecting God to do in your life? What type of faith and expectation are you bringing to this conference? Let's share it together. Let's pray over those things. So in the past, we're talking testimony. In the present, we're talking evangelism. In the future, we're talking faith. We're testifying one to another the things God has done. We're sharing together who we're going to prayerfully include, that we might see the message of this hope-filled message that God has for us this weekend that's going to speak into and impact the life of our church. And then futuristically, individually, what do I expect God to do in my life? There's something so powerful about bringing expectation to everything that we do. Not just saying we'll see when we get there, but saying, God, I am hopefully expected to meet with you at this conference. Can I pray with you? Okay, before we go and do all these things as a hub, Jesus, I thank you for our church. I thank you for every person that makes Vivid Church what it is. I pray right now that you'd meet with us. Give us that faith-filled remembrance of what you've done in our past. Give us eyes to see who you want us to impact today. Give us faith for the future, that we wouldn't just be thinking about the event corporately, but individually, what do I want to receive from God? I'm so proud of one of my daughters, or two of my daughters were out with a friend yesterday, and they said to their friend, we want to invite you. You should go to conference. She said, I've already seen the post. I've already put it in my calendar. I will see you in the chat. I'm so excited to hear things like that. This is going to be awesome. We'll see you Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be great. Love you guys so much.